welcome to Harrison Hacks.
Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hacks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to run my HyperArcade build, which is 64-bit. We're going to switch it over to a 32-bit build. It's pretty easy to do. There's a small pack that I've put a link in the description. You can download that. And so that way you can run this on 32-bit Windows instead of just the 64-bit. So once you download from the link in the description, you're going to have a hyperarcade.7-zip file. You're just going to right click on it, extract here, or if you're using 7-zip, extract here. So once you have it extracted, you'll see you'll have a HyperArcade folder, and inside we have the 32-bit attract mode exe, MAME 32-bit, as well as the rocket launcher setting for MAME to work as opposed to the 64-bit MAME. So before we copy this over, first thing we want to do is go into our HyperArcade folder, and we're going to go into attract. We're going to come down to our attract.exe, the application file, and we're going to rename it to attract, and I like to just put it as orig, attract orig. So once you have it renamed, go up a folder, and then we're going to go into emulators. We're going to go to MAME, and we're going to rename this folder to MAME orig. Press enter. Now we're going to go up a folder, and we're going to go into rocket launcher. We're going to go into settings, and we're going to scroll all the way down to global emulators right here. We're going to right click. Now we can just rename it. Sorry about that. We're going to rename it to global emulators orig. Just like that. So now that we have that, let's go to the root of our H drive so that you can see the HyperArcade folder. So the root of H, and we can either cut or paste our HyperArcade folder. So I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to go to the root of my H drive and paste. Now the reason why we didn't delete our old attract or our MAME folder or our global emulators settings was basically I always like to keep a backup, and they're not that large to begin with, so I just don't see the point in deleting them. If we can just rename them and hang on to them. In case something goes wrong, your 64-bit version will work, and I'll show you exactly how you would revert back to 64-bit once we get this 32-bit up and running. So this is taking a little longer, probably because I'm recording. It's not a huge file, it's just a lot of smaller files, and you can see my computer speed is copying it over very slowly. So I don't think it's going to take that full 6 minutes like it's saying. There we go. It's sped up. Well, there we go. Almost done. If you guys are familiar with my videos, you know that I don't really like to edit my videos. I may start, but for now, I just like to do a straight run through, show you exactly what I'm doing. And this should work for everyone. I've done this on multiple PCs now to ensure that it's working, and this worked flawlessly on each and every computer that I've done it on. So And as I mentioned earlier, we backed everything up, so it's not like we deleted anything. We didn't lose any files, just in case. Okay, so there we go. So now we'll go into HyperArcade, and we'll just go into Attract, and we'll launch it. So we don't want to click the Attract rig. We want to click just the Attract. And I'll mute here. And yeah, we can launch a Metal Slug, sure. Metal Slug 4. This is just to make sure everything's still running perfectly. Now, this is 32-bit Attract mode as well as 32-bit MAME. It's not running through MAME 64 anymore, it's just running through MAME, which is 32-bit. So it's taking a little bit for me to load, probably because I'm recording. Maybe one day I'll invest in a better computer, but for now, this is what I'm working with. There we go. She's running. Let me just add some well, the game ran. So what you're going to want to do, do a test like that, make sure everything's running. I just pressed escape to exit. We're going to go into our HyperArcade folder. We're going to go to emulators. We're going to go to MAME, not MAME-A-Rig. We're going to go to MAME. And then you're going to want to set your buttons up in MAME. So just open MAME up and configure options. And then you can do general inputs, device mapping, do all your settings there. Don't forget to save your configuration, and you can exit after that once you have your controller set up. If you want it, you could do it within HyperArcade. So let's launch a game. We'll launch, I don't know, we'll try Metal Slug 3. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to load again. I'll unmute. Wow, this feels like dial-up when I'm recording. Okay, so you can press tab on your keyboard, input general, and you can go ahead and do the interface. You can do your coin buttons, player 1, 2, all the way down. So everything's working just like HyperArcade, the original, just now it is a 32-bit system. So really appreciate you guys watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, have a good day.